Hey guys, it's Tim with Option Legacy, helping you build a legacy through trading. I have with me a very handy dandy Josh here, and Josh is actually a legacy trader. He's been going through, or he's been in the course for a few weeks now, and he's been seeing phenomenal results. And so I was like, man, I have to get you on here and share your story. So Josh, welcome.
How's it going, everybody?
Hey, so how long has it been since you started legacy trading course?
I'd say it's been about 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks.
Cool, cool. And so let me ask you a little bit about your motivation behind starting, and then we'll get into those crazy results that you're going to share, and then we go from there. So whenever you first were thinking about getting started with Option Legacy and Legacy Trading course and being mentored in community, what was kind of that driving motivation? What made you say, hey, I need to step into this?
Well, actually, got some taste of profit for the first time last year,
Cool.
and in the cryptocurrency market.
Yep.
And as a lot of people know, it was a crazy parabolic move up all year. And so I made some nice gains. And once I got that taste, I was like, wow, this is nice.
Yeah.
I want some more of this.
I absolutely hear you, man. And you weren't alone, my friend. You weren't alone. There was many that were dabbling in that pool. Cool, man. So you've been started for 2 weeks. Tell us about kind of what your experience has been, and then what results you've seen so far.
So I've actually known Tim for a while now. Me and him have been buddies. We went to India on a mission trip. It was about 7 years ago.
It's been a hot minute.
And so I've been seeing his stuff about options and the gains that he was making and everything. And I was like, wow, this is really interesting. It seems like he's getting consistent results. Which is very important when it comes to trading, and when you want to trade as a substantial income, reoccurring income. And so I was like, I'm gonna hit him up and see what this is all about. And then Tim, he filled me in, and I was kind of hesitant at first though, like to get started on the course because all these big terms were getting thrown everywhere, and I was just like, oh wow, this is kind of intimidating, like And with my crypto experience from last year, I mean, you buy something and then you sell it. It's pretty straightforward. And but with the options like iron condor and credit spreads and all this kind of stuff, I was kind of like, there was some fear involved, and I was just overthinking it as far as like getting started. And then so I finally was like, you know what, I just need to go ahead and go in because I've been watching an AMD stock since earlier this year.
Cool. And
I actually have been watching it from $18 go up to $32, and I was looking for an opportunity to short it. And I saw that it was starting to get toppy, and I was like, okay, I really need to get more serious about this course so I can start making some money because I'm just missing out on money. And I wanted to go long on AMD at 18, and I just watched it go all the way to 32. And I was like, gosh, what am I doing?
Yeah.
So I went ahead and got started about 2.5 weeks ago. And once I got started, I was like, wow, like I should have started sooner. I was just overthinking it. Tim's a great teacher, and so I'm able to understand things. And the community that we're involved in, there's a bunch of good traders in there that are always available to answer questions. So whenever I have a question, I can just, post in the community and get some help. So that's been a great help. And
I love it. Yeah. I love it. So you have a position on right now in AMD. What kind of results you seen there?
So I actually opened a long put, my first long put ever, which is a part of the course. When you take in the course, that's like the second trade that you make.
Yep. Take action.
Yep. Take action. And so I opened that on Friday and at the 27.5 strike. And I believe it had about a 55 delta. And the market was already kind of, having some bearish action Thursday and Friday. So I was like, I'm just going to go for it. Let's see what happens. And then come today, I opened up my port and I was up about 50%.
I love it.
Over the weekend.
And what's crazy is like you weren't doing anything with that. It's just there, and you set it up, and then you're just now watching, kind of monitoring it. But it literally doesn't take any work. And you do right now. You own your own landscaping business, so you know what work is.
Right. And that's one thing I love about options so much is it does require some time to learn it and everything like that. But once you start to get the hang of things, like you're saying, you place your trades and you're able to just examine them here and there. And it's not really taking all of my time, so I can focus more on the business and things I got to do. So
Yeah. So we're talking 2 weeks in, seeing a 50% growth in your position. Let's keep it real though. What's been maybe the challenge or something that's kind of the biggest object that stood in your way, or anything that, maybe someone else would think, oh, that could be, a challenge. Is there been any moments like that in your learning process? What's that look like?
Yeah, for sure. The first trade that I opened was a long call trade in a stock that a friend recommended to me that had some good fundamentals. And I opened it, and then the next day I had 30% gain the next day, and I was like, I'm closing this. Closed it out, and that was great. But then I got a little bit excited, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and open up another long call. I was like, that was nice. I'm going to go ahead and hop in on another trade, even though that wasn't like really part of the course material. And so, and I'm a risk taker as well. So, I was like, I'm just going to go for it. And kind of jumped the gun on a trade, and the trade started to go against me.
Yep.
And what I should have done was I should have waited and finished out the course material so that I know how to manage that loss, because it actually went against me, and I ended up hitting my stop loss of 50%.
Yeah.
And I lost out on that trade. So.
Yeah, and that's totally real. I mean, as a trader, that's something that it's really a skill that you develop. It's the discipline to kind of sit on your hands and not do anything when the setup's not right. But that's really cool. Thanks for sharing that with transparency, because that's what, Option Legacy is all about, and helping traders be transparent inside of community so that you can have growth. So yeah, man, that's really cool. Thanks for sharing. If someone is thinking about getting started with Option Legacy and Legacy Trading course, what would you say to them?
I would say go for it, especially, if you have a busy schedule like me. It's a great thing to get into that doesn't require as much time, and that you can make some nice income. I've known Tim for a long time. He's a good friend of mine, and I know that he does it for a full-time living, and that it's possible to be done. So go for it.
Man. It's all about building our legacies. So impacting not only our lives, but the lives around us by just learning a little something different to be able to make consistent incomes and to impact those around us and build a legacy. So I'm excited for you and where you're going. And of course, if you need anything, reach out to community. I'll be there and others will be there. And till then, thanks.
Yep. Thanks, Tim.
Ciao.